we will see how to develop one simple list report, like LU report kind of application, pure application in a RESTful application programming. So we are not developing a transactional application. Transactional application means where you can able to perform some transactions like create, update, delete, etc. But if you created one application which is just only displaying the data for you, not doing anything else, usually we call that kind of applications as report applications. Report applications are just only read-only applications. You can able to read the data, but you are not able to perform other operations because those are not incorporated in your application development. If you have added those features also, then you can able to perform those actions also in that application. Then that application will be called as a transactional application, because transactional application is something where you can able to perform some transactions, right? So as part of this, we discussed about we have created 2 database tables and every one of you have created that. And also we inserted some test data also in that applications, in that tables. So now we will begin with the RAP developments. So the first step always comes with the creation of business object. Business object involves 3 things: data model definitions, nothing but CDS view creations, and after that behavior definition, and after that behavior implementation. All of that together is called your business object. That is the first layer, defining data models, defining behaviors, and defining behavior implementation. So if you ask me to summarize, so if you wanted to develop one RAP application, what do you do first? First, you will create data models. What is meant for data models? As part of the data model creation, you will create one, we call it as like base view or interface view. We call it like BO view or interface view, we call it. So this is nothing but one CDS view, one or multiple CDS views. Technically, you will create. After that, you are going to create some projection views also. So this projection views also, nothing but you will create some CDS views, which you will create on top of your interface views. And after that, as part of BO, you will create behavior definition. Then you will do behavior implementation. You will do the next 2 things. And after that, you will do, depend on application requirement, metadata extension. After that, you will do in metadata extension, you will write all annotations. And then finally, you will develop one service definition and one service binding. So these things is part of business object. So your behavior definition and behavior implementation will be created as classes. It will be done as classes. In between these 2, you will be creating another artifact behavior projection also. So this is your second layer, and this will be your third layer. So you can able to 3 levels of developments we are making. First layer, second layer, third layer. The developments will take place. First, you will create business object view, we call it, or also we call it like interface views. These interface views, we will start with the naming convention ZI underscore. Like that we will follow. Projection views we will create with the naming convention ZC underscore. Interface views will start with ZI, and consumption views or projection views we will call it with the projection view, or also it is called as consumption view. That's why we'll start with the C. These projection views or consumption. What is meant for C? Again, you cannot understand. Consumption views, which will start with the ZC. So these 2 will be your CDS views. Next, you will create a behavior definition, behavior projection. We'll see one after one. Over here. Okay, let us continue. I have already opened the Eclipse ready for you. Copy.
Just one question. So you said the interface view and the the consumption view, right? So is there any relation between them, like 1 to 1 or 1 to many, or it could be how the relation between consumption view and the interface view?
It is good question. Basically, you will create consumption or projection view on top of with reference to the interface view. So that means interface view will play as a base row, as a base view, On top of that, you are creating one consumption view. So your consumption view, say as the name is indicating consumption for your real uses, for your actual uses, or it is also denoted as like projection. So you are projecting some data or some of the fields of your base view, of your interface view according to your today's current requirement. So consumption or projection view is always created on top of your interface view, and that will be one-to-one. But having said that, you can create multiple projections on the same base view. For example, you are creating one material about one, so about some extra for external customers, so for order creation, you are actually creating one project you are creating. So in that project, you have created one interface view with all the fields from the Mara table. Now you are going to create two different applications. One is for internal users and one is for external users. For the external users, you wanted to limit the access of so many fields. You don't want it to provide so many fields access for the application which you are providing for external users. Similar application you are developing about order creations. For internal users, you wanted to develop a different flavor of the application where you wanted to provide more fields, right, for the internal uses. So in that case, what will you do? According to your requirement, you will create two different projection views. So projection is indicating what is your exact need of the hour, what are the fields you wanted to access from your base view. So we will create two different projection views, and the forward application development will take place on each of your projection views. The base view remains the same. So the base view is providing some common set of data for these two projection views. So like that, we will create multiple projection views on top of your interface view. So on your requirement, it can be one-to-one or it can be one to many. Clear?
Yeah, thank you.
So these are the two tables we created, TMS. And even in this example, I will cover all those things more in detail. Yes, you will come to know so many things. But as you asked the question, I answered. Once if you complete this application, a lot of your such questions definitely will get answered. So two tables we have created, and we loaded the data, and yesterday we tested that as well. Now let us create some interface view on your database table. So I wanted to develop one list report application from travel data. So all the travel data I wanted to display. And if I select any one travel, like interactive report, if I click on one travel, I wanted to go to next page. On the next page, all the booking details of that particular travel I wanted to show on the next screen. Again, I will click on back button. I will come back to main screen. I will choose one more travel, and the relevant bookings of that travel will be displayed again on the next page, because you know the relation between travel to booking. Each travel will have multiple booking details. That booking details are maintained in the table, booking table, book_00. That is what you created. Now here we are going to create two interface views first. So that is why the name is indicated interface view. So interface means which is basically opening the doors for you on your table to access the data you're creating. So interface view is getting created on table, and projection views are getting created on interface views. Okay, so the name is also named as like that, interface view, which is basically letting you to open the doors to the table. You're accessing the data of the table through interface view, and on the interface view you're creating projection view. And why it is given like that? Why can't we directly do only on the table, only one view? See, by having this multi-level hierarchical development, it will basically makes things much simpler. Initially, you will understand, you will think that why are we creating so many unnecessary things? It is not unnecessary. Ultimately, at the end, it will simplify your job, because these are enterprise applications. Enterprise enterprise applications are so complex, and so much of reusability is required. For every requirement, if we go start working on creating a new views, your system completely will fill with thousands of views. But because of this hierarchical model, every time you will be having the possibility to reuse the existed views, the existed objects like that. So SAP has created one standard interface view. Exactly. So Sai will use that SAP standard interface view for his project for a different need, and the same interface view provided by SAP will be used by Avinash for a different requirement, because both are developing two different applications, but both of you can get the some common data required for your application by using the same interface with the standard interface. Like that, the reusability will increase by making the multi-level hierarchical developments. Now let us see how do we create one interface view. Let us create that. Go to your package, go to our favorite packages, and this is our package. And yesterday on the dictionary objects, I have created two database tables, right? Now right click on your package, new other ABAP repository objects. So let me type here data, the core data services. This is the option we are getting, data definition. So we are creating our first interface view on our travel. Click on next. I just said interface view. We will begin with ZA underscore travel underscore 00. So this is, let me give our interface view. Go for next. Your transport request will come. Choose it. Go for next. So you know that one. We are going to choose only define view entity for our view creations. And if you look at our old CDS views, define not extended view, define view. See, for the define view, it in Eclipse it is coming. In HANA Studio it is not coming, but in Eclipse it is coming. If you observe, you see CDS, DDIC based views are absolute. Absolute means they are no more in use. We should stop using them. SAP announced that they are no more in active state. They become absolute, so that concept to become outdated. And as of the ABAP version 7.57. So instead of that, use a template for CDS view entity instead. So they're saying to follow this CDS view entity. Here you have two options: CDS view entity, define root view entity. Both are almost the same. We will use both as well. Let us create define view entity. Click on finish. A request to the backend could not be processed because your client installation. Right? What is this? All right. So this is your view creation phase where you can able to create your view. So now here I'm going to create my view. Define view entity. Your data selected from your database table. Is our database table Z underscore a travel. This is my table, and here I will be taking all the fields from the table. So if you wanted to insert all the fields, whatever fields, when you are creating a view, there's no rule that all the table fields to be included. Of course, for that only we are creating a view. View we are creating basically to limit the entire table access. Mara table is having 250 fields, but I don't want all the 250 fields from the Mara table for this project. Hardly I might be using about 70 to 80 fields. Let us take only those required fields from the Mara table in this interface view. So for example, here if I have taken 50 fields in the interface view, then for going forward, when I am creating my projection view, out of these 50 fields, I can limit my application development only for 30 fields. I'm getting the data of 50 fields from the interface view, but my projection view is even furthermore taking only 30 fields. Then you might have asked the question, why you have taken 50 fields in the interface view creation? Because I have taken, tomorrow somebody else might create another application. There he might need some other fields also. That's why by keeping the very generic uses, I have taken this interface view with the 50 fields of data. When I'm creating multiple projection views or consumption views on this interface view, somebody will take 30 fields, somebody will take 40 fields, someone else will take all the 50 fields also from this core view. Right? This is like that, going to serve your purpose for various needs. Depends on. So this is more generic view. We do create here. So one second, yes, I think some update is happening here.
There's one more question. You explain about the view entity and the root view. I still a bit, I'm still not clear
root
about,
view. Root view, I haven't explained it. Only CDIC view and normal view and it is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So here you can press Control Space to get the data from the tables, save it. Right here, some update is running at the bottom of the screen. Let it get complete. Let it run. So here I'm going to take some fields from the table. So first field will be taken like a key travel underscore UID. Actually, because of these updates, otherwise we can get all the fields from the table. And whichever fields you need, you can keep that, and other fields you can remove that also. So let me take all the fields here as I remember the field names. Travel ID. So these are all the fields I'm fetching. Agency ID, agency, customer ID, candidate, booking fee, total price, currency code, description, overall status, date, last. Who created these things in my package? Yes, did you create anything in my package? For a 0.00, did you open something old package? What was, does anyone remember what was the package yesterday I created? This is not my package actually. Yesterday, what was the table I created?
I think that ZRAP underscore book.
This is my database table. This is fine. This is the table I created yesterday. And this particular table I created GRAP4. This is my package. That's why. So let me remove this. So this is my favorite package. Z4 underscore 00. This is my package. Yeah. So in this package, right, these are the two tables I created. Nice. That is somebody created, not my package. This is my package, guys. And this is the enterprise view right now we are working with. And these are all the table fields we have maintained. CREA created it. CREA created it. Comma, last change by local, last change date. Right. These are all the fields. All is fine. Here, your base view got created here, guys. But few things we need to make changes over here. Basically, the above some of the annotations actually not required for us. We can remove those unwanted annotations if there are any, or just you can leave it also. So one error it is coming here. It is indicating about the booking fee because it is a commercial currency value. So the respective currency code annotation also to be mentioned here. That is one thing. And second thing is normally when we are working this, for example, if you've taken these fields from Mara table, you will be having MATNR, MATKL, MATKS. So like that, all technical names will come. So going forward, remembering that technical fields will be little, difficult also. So instead of that technical fields, if you can provide some more easy to remember alias names in all of your consumption use and display time, every time that fields will be represented in the data preview also that will be represented with these new names. So it is easy for you to identify the fields rather than more technical names. Here also, these are the original table fields, but let me give some, shortcut names here as alias as travel UUID. UUID I have taken as capital P. Similarly here, travel underscore ID. So travel underscore ID I'll be taken like as travel ID, comma, agency ID. So once if you provide any alias, right, we have to refer by the alias name only. Agency ID, customer ID as. So we are following the camel casing customer ID and begin underscore date is a table field. But instead of that, I will change to begin date. In that one, B capital, D capital I am taking. So your headings, your output columns, all will comes up with these new names as and date. So I'm removing the underscores also. The table it is there, but here I'm taking some easy to remember fields. Total underscore price, total price, currency code as currency, description as travel status. See, table field name is overall underscore status, but my output field name is travel status. Like that we have changed it. Created underscore by as created by CREAD created by created last changed by like that we can change. Now the most important thing is for the currency fields, we need to provide the annotation here also. Semantic annotation need to be included here, so that for the booking fee, the corresponding annotation field, I wanted to take this currency. So semantics dot amount, that annotation we will write here. Semantics dot amount dot currency code. That currency code. So we have already one alias field here now. Our alias field is currency. Okay, currency or currency code. You can take it however you want. Currency or better currency code. So that will be your, you can able to, that you can mention here, currency code. The same thing we need to put it for total price also. So let me copy that line. Control C. For total price also to change the annotation. See, the more annotations you will learn, the more control you will get on your application. And a lot of annotations eventually slowly will come in your application state. Okay, save this one. So this is my base travel interface view. I just have taken all the fields from the travel table underscore 00, travel underscore 00 with these fields. So I saved it, and let me check for the errors, no issues, and activate my interface view as well. Not activated. If I view this with the data preview, open with data preview, I can able to see all. Do you want to select all the columns? Okay, open data preview. So I'm getting the data. Now this time I'm not watching the data from the table. I'm accessing this data from the view. Travel. You look at the headings, guys. You see these headings, begin date, end date. What are these headings coming here? These are the headings coming here from your alias. Whatever the alias names you have maintained, that alias names are coming here, right? As your column headings. And from this table. So for this table also, we can provide one alias. For the future, it is easy for you when we are doing some joins. So let me give some alias for the table also as travel. So instead of referring the whole table name, that table name simply you can call as travel. Save it. So the first interface view on your travel got created. Similarly, we need to create one more interface view on your booking as well. And after that, those two interface views, we will try to link with each other. How do we do that? We will see. Let us create one more interface view on your booking also. So let us go for one more data definition, new data definition. So this time my data definition is ZA underscore RAP underscore booking underscore 00. Booking icon interface is a description I have given. Any description you can maintain. Next. So this one also, we should not use define view. We have to use define view entity. I updated, my Eclipse got updated, right? So because of that, this is latest Eclipse. So here even they summarized by groups. Just before my Eclipse got updated to 2024 June version, right? So options appearing little different here, consolidated by group, by folder wise. Okay, define view entity. Let's click on finish. Let us create your booking interface view also as a select from the table is Z wrap underscore a book underscore 00 as, let me give some alias for as booking, right? And now these are the table fields. So press control space, then these are all the fields from the table. So instead of typing, I can say insert all elements. There is a template. So all the fields of my booking table got inserted over here. And here I can change. And even it suggested some nice naming standards also. But according to your regular practice, you can follow. For example, just to keep a line, and there in the first one also we've taken like this, all these we've taken capitals. I'm just changing travel underscore UUID. So this one also will change to all capitals. No rule like that. Just I'm following this naming. You can choose according to you. So booking ID, because all ID there also I kept it capital letters, right? So I'm changing here to capital letters. Booking date is fine. Customer ID there also I taken up both capital letters. So here customer I capital, D carrier ID, connection ID. These are the names suggested by system. A couple of flight date is okay for me. Flight price okay. Currency code okay. Created by, last changed by, local last changed by. All these remaining naming conventions are fine. Then finally, for flight price, I need to include the semantic field. That is where it is showing. So the rate semantics dot amount dot currency code. That field name I can maintain. The field name, the alias field name is currency code. Other annotations, we are going to add a few more annotations. We will see that. And let me check it out. If all is fine, activate it. Let us see this data also. Open with data preview. Fine. So both CDS views got created for me, and both are displaying some sample data also. But the thing is, we are going to, these two are two different interface views. There is no relation between these two views. There is no, bonding. There's no binding between these two interface views. For defining that, what do we do is, because I know the application, accordingly I'm doing that. Once you will understand why am I doing like that. Basically, in this, so I'm displaying in my first page, I'm displaying some travel data, right? And when I click on the travel data, I wanted to display the booking data of each travel. That is my application I'm trying to show. But in the travel data, in the travel application, if you observe, there are some fields called agency ID, customer ID, connection ID, right? Especially agency ID and customer ID. This travel has been made by which agency or which customer. That two details you are getting now, that ID is only coming here. But I wanted from the agency ID, if I display the agency ID value in my report application, how somebody will understand by the ID name, ID number, agency ID 455. So which agency it is, we cannot understand. So I wanted to display the agency name or agency at complete address instead of just only agency ID. But this table is having only one information called agency ID. But in future, if I wanted to know more details, agency ID is okay, but instead of agency ID, if I wanted to display agency name, or if I wanted to display agency phone number and agency address and everything, by using this agency ID, I should extract that data from the agency table also, isn't it? When I'm displaying the travel data, right? So here my travel ID is displayed and agency ID is displayed and customer ID is displayed, begin date, that all the data is coming, that is okay. But by looking at this agency ID information, this ID will not help out. If I wanted to get more details about this agency ID, should I extract the data from the agency table also or not?
Yes, sir.
But how do you get the data of this particular agency ID data? How do you get from the agency table?
Through agency table, we can get the data.
We can get the data, but from right now, are you displaying the data from travel table or agency table?
Travel table.
Travel table. So in travel table, you have only agency ID, but you wanted to get the agency details also. Then how do you, normally in your select query, how do you get the data? Both from travel table and agency table.
Join condition.
Exactly. See, anytime when you wanted to get the data from two different tables to display on your screen, obviously you have to use joins. Anytime if you wanted to show the data of two different tables, if you wanted to write a select query to get the data from sales orders and line items both, okay, travel data and customer agency details both, obviously between the travel table and agency table, you should write a join condition. By using joins only, the relevant details you can fetch. Once if you fetch the data, whether you are displaying it on the screen or not, how many fields you are displaying, that is the next subject. But first of all, you should get the data from travel table and from agency table together by writing the relevant join statement. But instead of writing joins, what we are doing, we are writing associations. What is the difference? I already explained. If you write the join statement, when you run the query, both data, the data from both tables will get fetched.
Hey, ZaranTech now offers SAP corporate training? That's right. Train your workforce in SAP with our comprehensive program. We offer customized courses, certified trainers, and hands-on labs for both individuals and businesses. Our standout features: bespoke training, fully configured servers for practice, in-house materials, and a dedicated LMS. Plus, get session recordings and 24/7 support. From functional to technical modules, we have got it all. Choose ZaranTech for SAP training and watch your team excel. Learn, upskill, succeed with ZaranTech.
All travels and all the agency of each travel will get fetched. But by using associations, association is a lazy join, right? It is a lazy join. So only when you are asking, only when you are choosing, okay, this particular travel agency details only I want, that time only that join will perform, it will fetch. So it is on-demand fetching. Association is fetching the data from the second table on demand. Whenever you ask them only, it will fetch. Unnecessarily, it won't run the select query on both tables on the initial go. That is the difference you can see between join and association. Otherwise, both exactly works in the same way. So I wanted to get the data from travel between my travel table and agency table also. My travel table is this one, ZRAP travel, a travel underscore 00. This is my table. Similarly, for agency also, we have a table /DMO/agency, I think. But this table /DMO agency, see, agency ID is the key field, and agency name, agency street, agency postal code, city, country code, phone number, right? MIME type images. So a lot of fields are there in this agency table. I don't want this. Instead of that, SAP has provided one view on this agency table /DMO/I_agency/DMO/I_agency. So this is a CDS view. You see here, define view entity. There is a CDS view. This CDS view is getting the data from which table, guys?
Agency table.
Agency. From the agency table, they are getting the data. Very good. And what fields they are getting? Agency name and agency street, agency postal code with some nice alias names, and also lot of annotations also mentioned over there. So it is a ready-made, prepared view is there for you with some required fields, which is getting and which is already prepared with some ready-made annotations also. Now, what is the good idea? Should I get the data from the table? Or should I write my join to the table, or should I write my join to the existed view?
We can write from the existed view.
Exactly, because in CDS views, we can write joins, we can write associations either to the other tables or to the other views also. Isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. So I have both sources with me. I have a table also and I have a view also. But the view is already well formatted thing with nice annotations and other things are already prepared up. What is table? Just it is only raw data. Like that in standard SAP tables also you will notice on every standard SAP table, SAP has provided n number of, CDS views for different purpose. Exactly. If you identify that views really serves your purpose much easy way, rather just very hard code raw data format. So eventually we are going to forget about the tables. We are going to look for what are the views which are already created by SAP on that standard tables we are going to look for. So views only becoming the main source for us because views are well formatted content exposures on top of your tables. From the table, what you will get only the fields. The same fields we are getting from the view, but at the same time, the fields are already well prepared, well formatted in that view definition. Okay, so this view I will use for my travel. Let me go to my travel view. So this is my travel view, which I prepared, right? So as I wanted for my travel data, also I am looking for some agency details also I wanted to display along with my travel details. So let me write here, guys. So this is your table, ZRAF, a travel 00. This is your work table. On this table, I have already created one view. What is the view? ZI underscore, RAP underscore, travel underscore. So for this view, I wanted to get some extra data. So on this table, this view is created, but this view wanted to fetch some additional details from some of the other views also, which I am listing down here. Slash DMO slash I underscore agency. This is agency view. Similarly, slash DMO slash I underscore customer for getting the customer details. Similarly, for getting more details about the currency also, slash I underscore currency. These are some of the other views available in SAP. So these views also I'm using as an association, as a relation to my travel. But at the same time, when I am displaying my travel data, I wanted to navigate from travel to booking. So when I click on travel, I wanted to jump to my booking data also. For doing that navigation, again, I should write a join statement between my travel table to my booking table also. But again, I don't do that on the booking table because more than booking table, I have a booking interface view. What is our booking interface view, guys? ZA underscore. Come on, tell me. What is my booking? Very good.
Booking is a book.
Right. So these four are going to be the relation to my travel interface travel. So I'm going to create some joins from my travel interface view. When I'm getting the travel data, I wanted to get the data from these other views also together. So multiple joins from travel view. I'm going to write some joins to the other views also. But instead of joins, we are writing the association because associations will get executed only on the need basis. But while creating the associations, we should form some relation also. Like what is the relation between your travel to all the remaining interface views? Or suppose travel to booking. What is the relation? 1-to-1 or 1-to-many or 0-to-1? What kind of relation is there between travel to booking? Cardinality you should maintain a relation between travel to booking. Because for creating associations, we should maintain some cardinality. Is it 1-to-1 relation, 0-to-1, 0-to-many, 1-to-many? What kind of relation is there between travel to booking? First two things I'm asking. Travel to booking.
I think it is a 1-to-many relation.
1-to-many, very good. Because each travel can have multiple bookings, right, guys? Each sales order will have how many line items?
Multiple line items.
Multiple lines.
Multiple line items. So what is the relation there? So that relation is 0 to star. Why? Because there cannot be just only travel also you can right? So the relation is 0 to star. There can be 0 bookings to n number of bookings available, right? Between travel to booking. I have created a travel, guys. I have not made any booking. After that, I will do. So there can be 0 bookings to n number of bookings for each travel. That is a meaning called 0 to star. 0 to star is indicating there can be 0 bookings to so many bookings for each travel. So this relation you should understand very correctly, guys. Otherwise, associations will not work as expected. Always when you are working with different entities, you must know what is the relation between the both entities you are dealing with. Similarly, for one travel to agency, what can be the relation, guys? Each travel is made by one agency ID. So can the same travel made by 2 different agencies? Can one travel made by 2 different? No. So that travel is made by only one agency. So for said, we will keep that relation as 0 to 1. Similarly, each travel is made for one customer only. So that customer is having multiple bookings. So this is also 0 to 1 as a cardinality. and each travel is created with one currency. So definitely currency also is having 0 to 1. See, I made this when I created this travel. One travel you have to check, guys. One travel to other entities. You have to verify the relation. One travel will have how many bookings? One travel will have how many agencies? One travel will have how many customers? One travel will have how many currencies? That is how you have to check. Relation check always should happen from the one to how many of the followed entities. So when you are creating a new travel, you will create that travel maybe in the Indian rupees or in the US dollars, like that. One travel you cannot create with multiple travels. It is only just one field in the, so that the currency code will be getting the relevant details from the currency view. So these are the cardinalities. So let us create the relations of these associations in your interface view. Let us go to your application. So right now I am in the travel interface view. In the travel interface view, right, before you start the field searching, here you will write the associations. Let us write the association. All the associations we have identified. Association cardinality 0 to star for bookings, right? To your booking interface, JD underscore RAP underscore booking underscore 00. As associations always should have some alias name begin with underscore, as booking, as underscore booking, condition, join condition, dollar projection dot. So what is the relation between travel table to booking table? What is the common field between travel table to booking table? Travel AUID, isn't it? Travel ID. Travel AUID is the common field between your travel table to booking table. So that is your join condition. Projection dot travel UUID is equal to underscore booking dot. Again, you will get all the fields there. Travel UUID. Scroll down this one. Travel UUID is a common field available between. So projection means your left-hand table, guys. Your main table, what actually you are writing, that will be denoted as projection. Projection means definitely here in this definition, it goes to travel. So travel UUID is equal to underscore booking dot travel UUID. This is your first association. What about the next association? I wanted to get the data from agencies also. So 0 to 1 is the cardinality. 2, the agency view is a /DMO /I underscore agency as yes name. Associations should start with underscore. Aliases should start with underscore agency on the projection dot. So what is the relation between travel table to agency table? So in travel table, you have agency ID. That is the key field in the agency table. So with the use of the same agency ID, you are getting the relevant data from travel to agencies. So projection dot agency ID. So even here, you should use these here whatever the alias names you have maintained. Now guys, you see this one. For agency ID, what is alias name you have maintained? This alias name only you should use even in the join statements also. Agency ID is equal to underscore agency dot agency ID. Similarly, another relation is association 0 to 1 to /DMO /I underscore customer as underscore customer dollar projection dot customer ID is equal to underscore customer dot customer. Similarly, one more association 0 to 1. See, how many associations should I write? Should I write all these associations? Not required, guys. Not at all required. But you cannot get the additional details. Only travel data only you will get. But from travel data to booking data, if you wanted to access, then there must be a join should created between your travel to between your booking also, right? So only the first association is enough. All these remaining associations I'm writing to make it like a full-fledged application. For example, if I don't write the associations, what will happen? Nothing. I will get the data only from travel table and a booking table. That's it. My job will get done. So these associations I'm writing because I know in the functional specification, my consultant also asked me, he wanted to display agency ID and agency name also on the ALU output. In your list report output, he mentioned agency ID and agency name both should be displayed. That is how he already given me the output Excel sheet, how he wanted to see it. But do you have the agency name in the travel table? The agency name in the travel table? No. What will you show? You can show only agency ID, isn't it?
Yes.
But your functional consultant asked you, when he given the requirement, he asked you to display the columns like travel ID, agency ID, agency name, customer ID, customer name. Like that, he has given the Excel column output, begin date, end date, and all. But are you getting agency name and customer name from the main travel table? No. Then he will say, then you will not display. Then he will ask you to get this agent's name and customer name also. Why did you not? Hey, that is not there in travel table. They are there in different table. Then go and get He will ask you like. Then go and get that data also from the tables. You create whatever joins you need, create whatever associations you need, but fetch that data also. I wanted to see that information also on my main screen output. That is his ask. That's why we are creating the remaining joins also. These associations are created according to your requirement. If some other requirement will come, you will again write even other additional joins also. That nothing but other additional associations also. It is a continuous job, continuous task. How many associations you write is going to be driven by your application requirement, your project requirement. Association 0 to 1 to underscore currency as underscore currency on dot projection dot
ZaranTech.
currency code is equal to underscore currency.
I have one doubt actually. If the cardinality is something else, but have provided wrong cardinality here while writing the association statement, will the
Correct.
statement work or it will give some error at runtime?
No, it will work, but how many records you will fetch will be impacted. If suppose if I put for travel to booking, if I put the cardinality 0 to 1, when you click on a travel, always it will show only one booking, even there are multiple bookings, because you thought it the cardinality wrongly and you put it like 0 to 1, but there can be multiple bookings also for each travel. As you maintained it wrongly, the system will not fetch the remaining bookings. Always it will show for one travel only one booking. Remaining bookings will not come and display. Why? But they are there in the database. But why they are not coming? Because you not maintained the cardinality properly while creating the association. System will not make any check here, but the result will get impacted when you are seeing the output. So I have maintained some associations also here, guys. But what are these warnings? Because whenever you say some other joins also to other views or other tables in your definition, you need to include some of the fields here. You need to include some of the fields here from these associations also in your field list. But here, I did not maintain any field names here. Suppose from the booking, I wanted to access booking ID. Okay, here I will put comma underscore booking dot booking ID, comma. Similarly, from agency, I wanted to get agency name underscore agency dot agency name, agency ID, agency name, like that. If you are getting some data from your associations also, that warnings will be gone. But I don't want it to get that fields right now here. I will use them later. So I don't want it to make them as a output columns of my main list. On the lateral uses only, I will get the data fields of my associations, not right now. In that case, you must expose your associations. If you don't want to get their fields now, if you wanted to use it later, so associations. Your associations you should expose like this: underscore booking, comma, underscore agency, comma, underscore customer, comma, underscore currency. It is a good practice. Always expose your associations at the end of the field list, just simply by mentioning the alias names, the association names. So these are all the association names: underscore booking, underscore agency, underscore customer, underscore currency. So that associations need to be exposed at the end of your field list. Then that warnings will be gone. So save it, activate it, got activated. Now let me see the data. Open with data preview. So this is my travel data. Okay, currency code, total price, travel ID, agency ID, customer ID, all the details will come. Now, let me see what is the agency name of this agency ID. Right now, you have an association. You can navigate here. Right click on this, right click on that, and then here you have an option called Follow Association. Click on Follow Association. These are the associations you already exposed. I wanted to go to this underscore agency association. Then about that agency ID, okay, did we miss anything in the condition? Underscore agency, projection dot agency ID is equal to underscore agency dot agency ID. Follow association, follow customer association. Yeah. For this customer ID, this is all the details from which we are extracting from the customer view. Close this. Open with data preview. Maybe some association ID is wrongly maintained here. So let me go to agency ID 70041. Right click on this, follow association. So 70041 details I wanted to get from agency table. Yeah, 70041. This is the agency ID. Next trip. This is the agency name, street, postal code, city, all the data. So initially your data is not getting fetched from the entire agency table. Only travel data is only fetched. But from here, anytime we can jump in, follow association, we can go to the relevant association to get the relevant data from that respective table. Or suppose for this travel, how many bookings are there? Right click, follow association. And if I go to booking association, so I can see for that travel ID, there are 4 bookings are there. See, I am in the travel data only, but being in the travel data, I can jump to agency details. I can jump to customer details. I can jump to booking details. I can go to different sets of data on the need basis because I have exposed all of that. I have exposed all of that associations at the end of my view list. You see, from this travel, about this particular travel, I'm getting the agency details, I'm getting the complete customer details, I'm getting the complete booking details. Like that, I can able to see the various sets of data for my travel view. So you're actually listing that data from travel only. This is the main view. This data only getting displayed, but on your exact need, you can get the relevant data from this relevant views also. That is what we made here in this interface view definition, right guys? Similarly, let us prepare your booking view also. See, right now this is my booking view. I am displaying the booking data. See what is the difference will come. Data preview. I got the booking details. Okay, booking ID, booking date, customer ID, carrier ID, connection ID. See here, carrier ID is coming like AA. AA means what? American Airlines. I wanted to see American Airlines, all the details. If I right click here also follow association, there are no associations. There are no details. And this is my travel ID. But this is booking data. Okay, they'll leave that. But for this travel, what is the travel begin date and travel end date? I wanted to see the travel details of this travel ID. Right click, follow association, no associations. So I cannot jump into because I did not create any relation in my view. I'm just flat. This is very flat. It is displaying the data only from the booking table, but it itself is not navigating and accessing the data from anywhere else. That's why I'm getting only the booking data, not even the parent table travel data. I cannot even get the data belongs to the parent because there are no joins. There are no associations when I am accessing the booking data. So but I wanted some relevant data when I am working with bookings. I wanted to get some additional data also to come available to me. I wanted to display that data on the screen. Then how do I do that? Again, by writing the required associations so associations are all about establishing the connections to various other sources of data also, which you can access, which you can see, which you can view on the need basis. Even if you don't have that complete requirement, we do it normally, but on the need basis, we can able to get that data. At least when I am displaying the booking data, this data is coming from one travel. So I wanted to see the complete details of the travel. So I must have a association from booking to travel also. From booking to travel also, I should have an association. So let us identify the list of associations first. Similar like this, let me have copy. This is my table, I know. And on this table, this is my interface view we created. For this interface view, what are all the related associations I should have? Come on, tell me, guys. What are the associations required? Let us guess it out, check it out. First, at least the very minimum thing is I should have an association to travel. So if I wanted to have an association to the parent view, that is travel, what is the travel interface view name? What is the travel view name?
ZIRAP travel.
ZI RAP, ZI underscore RAP underscore. Come on.
Travel underscore zero.
Excellent. And what should be the cardinality?
Many to one.
21.
Exactly.
What you can see.
Why? See, cardinality always you have to check. Here you are doing the relation between booking to travel or travel to booking.
Booking to
It's a
travel.
reverse. Looking to travel.
Exactly. No, booking to travel. You are talking about booking now, right? Now you are checking the relation. You have to verify the relation like this. Now from booking, you are starting your expansion, right? For your booking, you are doing the expansions. Now you have to think what is the relation between booking to travel. Above case was different. Top one was travel to booking. But now in this, booking to travel. When you're doing the booking to travel, always your check should be like this. One booking can have how many travels? That should be the question.
What sets ZaranTech apart in SAP corporate training? It's our unique blend of expertise and innovation. We offer customized courses tailored to each client's needs, ensuring relevant, targeted learning. Our vast trainer database brings you wisdom from the best in the field. Need resources? Access our extensive training material repository anytime. We are all about measurable results, providing detailed student metrics to track progress. And we don't just teach, we build community. Join our thriving social media network, connecting learners beyond boundaries. With ZaranTech, you are not just training, you are transforming your SAP expertise.
One booking can have how many travels? One booking can have how many travels?
Only one travel.
Only one travel. And is there a chance there can be 0 travels for one booking?
No, it is not possible.
Not possible, because we discussed that sales order line item cannot exist without a sales order. So one booking also cannot exist without a travel existency. So definitely there is a travel existency, and maximum only one travel is there for each booking. So you always have to check like this. One booking can have how many customers? One booking can have how many travels? One booking can have how many for each one booking? That should be the question you ask yourself. So these are all the associations I need for my booking as well, guys. So I will prepare that in an Excel. Guys, you're able to hear me?
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
So for travel, I have created with one-to-one. Similarly, for each booking will be made with the customer. Customer ID is there. So let me get that customer data also here. Actually, yeah. I can take 0 to 1 also or 1 to 1 also. And slash DMO / airline details, I underscore carrier. So which is each airline. One booking will have only one airline ID. So I wanted to get airline details, which I can get from this interface view. Similarly, flight details / DMO. I underscore connection is another interface view. So which where also I will have one flight for each booking. That more details about that flight I can get from this connection interface view. And finally, the currency, more flight details. I'm just putting once if you see the application why we created all these annotations, you'll understand yes /DMO/I underscore flight. This data so I can get from one to one, and finally currency details. So these are the associations I need for this application to get run. Let me create them quickly. After that, I will give you this task to complete this. So here on this interface view for bookings, let me create the relevant associations, guys. First one is with my travel association, one-to-one to my travel interface view, ZA travel _00 as _ travel, shortcut name, $projection dot control space, my travel ID is equal to $travel. I will copy this line, control C. So another view I'm going to write here is /DMO/I underscore customer details as underscore customer on customer ID. So in the carrier table, that field is called airline ID. So your table in your view, it is called carrier ID, airline ID. But in this CDS view, that field name is airline ID. So you have to follow what is actually there in the actual table. In your CDS view, this field is actually called carrier ID. But in the association, when you are building in the main view, that so you have to follow that one only. So that is a relation. Field names need not be same. Field values only should become equal. Field names need not be same, guys. Association, your CDS view can have your own fields. 2 /DMO/I underscore connection. So I know this table, so that's why I'm doing it little fast. But according to the requirement, you will become familiar about using these things also. I underscore connection, $projection dot. So especially for this table, connection view, control C. If you go and see that view, right, /DMO/connection data definition. In this table, you see there are two key fields, airline ID, and connection ID. So there are two key fields. So if you wanted to have an association and if you wanted to fetch the data, right, from this particular view, then compulsory in your join condition, you have to pass both key field values. Your two key field values should match to the corresponding two key fields of the target view also. Then that common data will come. If the target is having multiple key fields, it is your responsibility to supply the matching values from your side also. But in turn, you see this particular view is having some other associations to I underscore airport. But we don't actually doing this association. If you get the data from connection, automatically from here, you can get the data about the airports also. Because that association is already part of this view, which you are connecting. So A.B, B.C, C.D, like that you can have multiple links automatically if they are already existed. That is the beauty. So projection dot. So you have to pass two key fields. Your field is carrier ID that you should give to underscore connection dot. There the field name is control space connection also is connection dot airline ID and other field also and $projection. So two key fields we are supplying from your main view because the target view is expecting two fields to give the corresponding connection ID, airline carrier ID, connection ID. Both you should give as an input to connection to get the relevant data from there. Dot connection ID on the target like that. Similarly, we are establishing a connection or getting some additional data to another view also, I underscore flight. See, why am I covering those views, whether we use it or not in our application? But you will come to know various possibilities. Because of this, you come to know about the two key fields, right? Now, there is a other view also we are connecting, I underscore flight. This has actually three key fields. You see here. So you have to pass airline ID, you have to pass connection ID, and you have to pass flight date. These are the three key fields you have to supply. If we give, then the relevant details from this interface about your booking, the more details about the flight also you can get, like how many maximum seats are there in that flight and how many seats are occupied. This sort of data you will get. This is not coming in your booking data. In your booking table, it is not there. Those details you can get from only from this I_flight. But if you wanted to get the data, you have to write that association for 3 key fields. So let me copy this record. It is easy. So let us. So how to write that kind of associations also you should understand. So now we are writing another association to I_flight. So in my Excel sheet, I_flight. So this is having 2 key fields and this is having 3 keys.
Do we have OR operation in this?
No, joins should match with end only. It is there. A join condition while fetching the data should satisfy both key fields. So there's no meaning actually for using OR. We have to always write with end only as not underscore connection underscore flight carrier ID is equal to underscore flight dot carrier ID underscore flight is also underscore flight dot connection ID and dollar projection dot date. Finally, the last association is about currency. Last time I have made it on the same thing I can do here also. Association 0 to 1 to A_currency on dollar projection dot currency code underscore currency dot currency dot not coming association spelling. So we created all the required annotations here about your booking data also to come. But these annotations you should expose. If you don't expose these annotations, there's no usage of them. These are warnings you can activate. You can see the data preview, but none of the annotations will get worked out for you. Booking details you got. Now I wanted to see the customer details. Right click, follow association. Why no association is coming here? Because you haven't exposed these associations for further use. That is a warning it is coming. You see here, it will clearly show the association travel you created, but you are not using that anywhere. For the uses, you must expose them here. Associations. Just this is a comment only, not compulsory. Just to indicate, right? What are your associations? Travel is my association, whatever you have created. Then underscore customer, second association, then underscore carrier, then underscore connection, then underscore flight, and last one we don't require comma, underscore currency. These are the associations which we exposed. Then all the above warnings also gone. So save it, activate it. Now you see, you right click on this, open with the data preview. Now these are the regular booking details only, I know, but I wanted to see the travel details about this booking. Right now you have only travel ID, but all the remaining details about this travel you wanted to see, right click, follow association. Let me go to travel view. If I go to travel view, I can see the complete agency ID, customer ID, travel date, travel booking date, travel price, travel currency, so travel vacation description, all the details of travel I'm getting. Let me come back. About the same travel, right? This customer details I wanted to get. Do I have association to get the data of this customer? Yes. Right click, follow association. If I go to customer, then I can see the customer details of that one. Like that, let me go. So this airline UA is there. What is UA? I wanted to see remaining details, follow association. So carrier, if I go to carrier 1, so I'm getting UA stands for United Airlines and all the details are there. So let me go to flight details. This flight number 1 for 1537, but more details I want. Follow association, connection details. If I go to connection details, that 1537 flight, this is going from departure airport. So this is not only getting the data from this one. Even if this view is having already some existing associations, so that also will come here. Yes, it is having some other associations. So about a departure airport and arrival airport. The departure airport is EWR, airport code, but that is about what? So that EWR is named for this New York Liberty International Airport. and that is actually going from New Jersey. So Newark, Liberty International Airport, and that is there in the New Jersey. So these details are actually not coming in my booking. In my booking, I'm getting the data only for connection, but that connection view internally already having another association about the departure airport details. Departure airport details annotation I did not write here. You see, departure airport details I did not write here. Only I created an interface view to this connection, but this is a standard view. This view already having another association within itself about the airport details. That also I'm getting there. So that is the beauty by creating one view on other view, by having associations to other views. Lot of reusability of existed developments will come into usage, which we have done here. So with this, we have successfully created two of our interface views. Then finally, the last step is we have to create one composition model. Composition model. What is called a composition model? You created a travel view with some relevant associations. You created a booking view with some related history. But this is not complete. Right now, travel to booking and booking to travel, these two are just created like the other associations, like other views. But actually in this project, agency details, customer details, this is all additional data. Okay, you will get it, you will use it, depends on you. But the travel and booking also should not, they both should not get work like other associations. These two certainly having a very strong relationship, a very strong bonding. Here in this application, your travel is a parent and your booking is a child. So you should make their bonding, should make their relation not like association. Association is just like, okay, shake hand. Okay. But here in this application, they should not work like some two unknown guys. They both should work both hand in hand. System also should understand them. Travel and booking, they both are working very closely together, as travel is parent and the booking is a child. So when you, because of that, you know what will happen? Later on, you will realize that if you delete one travel, later you will realize that scenario. If you delete one travel record, that a travel is already having 10 bookings. Guys, follow me. There is one travel, that a travel has 10 bookings. If you delete that travel record, all these 10 bookings also will get deleted automatically from the system, because they both are created as parent and child relation. When parent got deleted, all the child records also should get deleted. That is how system will understand and execute so many things automatically. But if you don't, if you remove a travel record, will it delete the records from agency table? No. If you delete a travel, will it record the data of the customer master? No. They should not. Agency master, customer master, they are different tables. They are not having any close relation with travel. But my travel and booking are not like that. They both should work in hand in hand. So you have to define that relation as like parent and child. How do we do that? For doing that, one small change we have to make. We should not keep their relation as association. So these are all associations. I know these are all associations and association, and this is also association. This is also association. I know these are all association relations, right? But initially I created this is also as association, but now I will remove this. Instead of that, I will say composition. You see the naming difference. My travel is composed of bookings. My travel is not associated to other things. My travel is not an association relation with booking. My travel is having a composition relation with my booking. So composition is like a strong bonding. It will also work like association, but exclusively it is maintaining that relation very strongly between these two views. Because of this strong relationship, lot of behavioral differences will automatically happen when you are developing the applications. You will realize that. Let us create that. For doing that, let us go to your travel. What are the major things to be done? The major things to be done is, the first point is your travel should be created not like a normal view. It should be created like a root view. See, earlier you have seen this one, right? New data definition like GDME, and here there is an option, root view entity. Define view, and we chosen this one, but actually we should choose this one. Define root view entity, because travel is a parent. So when you do that way, it will come. Even now also, that's not a problem. Here just you can add this word called root. That's it. The meaning all same. So exclusively, I made my travel as a root view. This one I have made as a root view. My travel view, because he's a parent, I created him like a root view. Just you can add this one. That is point number one. How to create the composition model. Composition means who is parent, who is child, what is the relationship. Defining that is called composition model. And second thing is, all these associations I will keep as it is, but booking, I will not use this. Instead of association, we have to use a keyword called composition. Composition 0 to star. 2 will not come for composition, it will come off. That's it. Off as booking. Composition 0 to 1. Off ZRA booking as booking. For compositions, we don't require this. Composition will automatically take this. We don't require this on condition. Composition 0 to star of ZRA booking as booking. But we are getting some warning here. What is this warning? Because we have to make some changes in the child entity also, because it is saying that ZRA booking is not a child. It is not made as a child. Of course, we didn't create this one as a child. That also we have to change it. Then after that, this error will be gone. So in associations, we have to make composition 0 to star of ZRA booking 00 as underscore booking. Otherwise, do one thing, guys. Control Z, do one thing. You complete up to this and test these things properly. After that, the two lines will change. This root also will be added later. So this is the code for my travel interface view. Control A, Control C, but you do it on your own. Don't go for copy paste. You will not get things. You will not become familiar, guys. If you do that, try to do it on your own. You will become familiar with the code part. So travel interface view. Are you getting my chart message? Interface view. Version 1, 4, 5, save interface view underscore v1, because I will modify certain things in this. So what I will do is, these two files I will try to download here. So all of you, on your respective tables, not on my table, you create these two interface views with all the associations which I have mentioned, and also you take this screenshot to show the relation what we have created. Finally, we will create the composition model. You take a photo of this compositions which are made, and as a cross reference, you can refer to that code. That files I will ask them to upload here. So this is also right now we created as an association. Later we change to composition. But this is the relation. These are all the views, other relevant views. These two are tables. So on your tables, you have to create these views and these associations. Complete that. After that, we will continue with the composition model also.
Like if you want to delete a record in parent table, so when using composition, so automatically the records in child table will also get deleted. This is what you said, right?
Yes.
So the thing is, like, from where the delete operation will be performed?
On the travel data. When you develop a transactional application, you will, on the application, you will select one travel record and you will click on the delete button.
Is there a program? Can you show me now?
Yeah,
Like
it will come. It will come. That is we are doing.
Okay.
So we are creating only list report application, right? When you develop the transactional application, that time we will place buttons for create, update, or delete. For each action, we will put some buttons. So when you select one travel and click on the delete button, your travel delete. And also bookings also will delete because of this composition you already made between them.
Okay.
All the buttons will come and all the buttons will function. That is a transactional application. We are going to create that kind of application also.
Okay.
Got it?
Okay, I got it.
I have a doubt that this root entity is like a maintenance view. We can perform CRUD operations using this root entity view.
We can perform CRUD operations on root entity also. Root entity is basically not maintenance, it is a parent. Root is indicating it is a parent, not
Okay, sir.
maintenance view. It is a parent, yeah.
So for creating maintenance view, there is some other template.
We have other templates.
Okay.